Can America survive a full-scale invasion? In over 250 years, no foreign army has conquered the United States. The British burned Washington in 1814, but they didn't hold it. Pancho Villa raided New Mexico in 1916, then retreated. Japan occupied two remote islands in Alaska during World War II, and lost them. That's it. No one has ever successfully invaded and held the American mainland. But here's the real question. What if someone tried today? Not in a movie, not in theory, in reality. What would that war actually look like? First, geography. Look at a map. The United States is protected by two massive oceans, the Atlantic and the Pacific. These aren't just bodies of water, they are logistical nightmares. A trans-ocean invasion would require thousands of ships, massive fuel supply lines, and weeks of exposure to satellites, submarines, and aircraft. During World War II, the US needed years and enormous industrial output just to push across the Pacific. Now imagine trying to do that in reverse, against the most powerful navy on Earth. But let's say an enemy somehow reaches the coast. The land itself becomes the next obstacle. The western coastline isn't flat and welcoming. It's cliffs, rocky shores, unpredictable weather, and narrow landing zones. Even experienced sailors have called parts of it the graveyard of the Pacific. And beyond the coast lies a continent built like a defensive maze. The Rocky Mountains divide the West. The Mississippi River can flood entire regions. The Appalachian Mountains twist the east into ridges and choke points. Deserts overheat engines. Winters freeze supply lines. Moving an army across the United States in peacetime takes weeks. In wartime, under constant air attack, it becomes exponentially harder. And then there's the population. The US has more civilian firearms than people. Millions of trained hunters, a culture deeply familiar with weapons. Even if the regular military pulled back, any occupying force would face resistance across thousands of miles. Modern history has shown how difficult prolonged occupation can be, even in much smaller countries. Scaling that to a nation of over 330 million people would be unprecedented. But realistically, a physical invasion is the least likely path. Because in the 21st century, wars don't always begin with ships. They begin with code. Cyber attacks could target power grids, financial systems, communications, or GPS infrastructure. Disinformation campaigns could inflame social tensions. The goal wouldn't be beaches, it would be instability. Dividing a country internally is far cheaper than crossing an ocean. And if escalation went further, nuclear weapons make full conquest nearly impossible. Any large-scale strike would trigger retaliation. At that point, no one wins, both sides lose, which is why global powers posture, threaten, and compete. But stop short of invasion. The United States maintains the world's largest and most battle-tested military force. Its Navy operates multiple carrier strike groups. Its Air Force can project power globally. Its allies span Europe and Asia. Invading America wouldn't just mean fighting a country. It would mean fighting oceans, mountains, climate, technology, and an armed population, all at once. So could a foreign power attempt it? Yes. Could they succeed in conquering and holding the entire country? Historically, geographically, and strategically, it would be one of the most dangerous gambles in human history, because the greatest threat to America has never been fleets on the horizon. It has always been internal division. As Abraham Lincoln once warned, if destruction comes, it must come from within. The oceans guard it, the land protects it, the military defends it. But the future of any nation ultimately depends on its people.